Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The truth is finally out on General Hospital. Gio is the biological son of Brooklyn and Dante. The poor guy found out in the worst way possible. His life has blown up. There is plenty of blame to go around, but Lois and Lulu are the worst offenders. Which one hurt Gio the most? On the positive side, Lois, Raina Sofa, was there for a teenage Brooklyn, Amanda Seton, when she needed her. Her daughter was pregnant at 15 and in need of guidance. The two decided together that BLQ would have the baby and give it up for adoption. After that decision, Lois made some terrible choices. She told her daughter that the baby went to a good home through a closed adoption. This couldn't be further from the truth. Lois and her mom, Gloria, Ellen Travolta, gave the baby to her relatives so that they could keep him close and see him grow up. Gio's, Giovanni Mazza, adopted dad died in Afghanistan, and his mom passed away when he was 12. Lois and Gloria raised him after that. Through all these years, Brooklyn never knew he was her son, and Dante never even knew he had a child. Somehow, the Cerullos never thought the truth would come out, but it did. Now, Brooklyn may never forgive her mom. Then there is Ned Wally Kurth, who never knew his daughter was pregnant. Let's not forget Gio, whose entire life has been a lie. Lois' secret has sent shockwaves throughout Port Charles. Was Lois wrong to keep the secret? Probably yes. Should Lulu, Alexa Havens, have stuck her nose in? Absolutely not. Lulu would never have known anything if she hadn't broken into Martin's, ex-Michael E. Knight, hotel room. Then she dug for answers, and dug, and dug. She confronted Brooklyn, who asked her to stay out of it. She even asked for advice from her mom and her cousin Carly, Laura Wright, who both told her it was none of her business. But she continued her search. While it may be understandable that she didn't want Dante to be in the dark, it was not her secret to tell. It got worse when she figured out that Gio was the long-lost baby. Confronting Lois at the nurses' ball, where anyone could hear, was just selfish. Unfortunately for Gio, he was the one who heard, and now he is the one who is suffering. Lulu did not take his feelings into consideration at all. Both Lois and Lulu made some very poor choices, which blew up in their faces. Who do you think is the worst offender? Let us know in the comments section. Port Charles has seen its share of complicated love stories, messy family drama, and shocking betrayals. But few characters have sparked as much intrigue lately as Gio, the musically gifted yet emotionally guarded newcomer who has quickly become one of General Hospital's most compelling enigmas. With strong ties to Sonny Corinthos, the Quatermains, and the Falconeros, Gio's place in town isn't just about who he is. It's about who's trying to control him. And at the center of his unraveling tale stand two formidable women, Lois Cerullo and Lulu Spencer, both deeply entrenched in Gio's orbit, both convinced they know what's best for him. But as Gio's secrets threaten to explode and his past closes in, fans can't help but ask the burning question: who is the real villain in Gio's story? Is it Lois, the brash Brooklyn mother figure with the velvet glove and iron fist? Or is it Lulu, the phoenix who rose from the ashes only to crash straight into Gio's fragile peace? The answer may not be so simple, but the damage? That's very real. When Gio arrived in Port Charles, he was quiet, observant, guarded, and for good reason. Whispers of a troubled upbringing and a past shrouded in secrets followed him like shadows, but Sonny's protection gave him cover. It was clear Gio had a talent. His music charmed even the coldest hearts, and he quickly became a fixture at the Savoy and in the lives of the younger crowd. But behind the keyboard and easy smile, Gio was battling demons no one fully understood. And then Lois entered the picture. Lois, never one to stay on the sidelines when family is involved, saw something in Gio. Maybe it was a glimmer of the son she once dreamed of raising. Maybe it was a desire to shape the next big star and reclaim a piece of her own broken dreams. Or maybe it was something darker, a need to control. She took Gio under her wing, encouraged his musical path, and gave him access to the Quartermain estate's resources. She coached him, guided him, molded him. But it wasn't long before her affection began to feel suffocating. What began as mentorship twisted into manipulation. Gio felt it. Brooke Lynn saw it. Even Sunny raised an eyebrow when Lois began inserting herself into Gio's decisions, from what gigs he should take to who he should date. She framed it all as love. Family. Loyalty. But it didn't always feel like love. It felt like a cage. Then came Lulu. Fresh from her coma, and determined to reclaim the life she lost, Lulu entered the Port Charles scene like a storm. Fierce, emotional, and desperate to matter again. She didn't just see Gio as Sunny's protégé or some rising musician. She saw him as a kindred spirit, someone who knew what it was like to have their life dictated by others. She encouraged him to break away, to question authority, to find his own voice. At first, it felt like freedom. But soon, Gio began to feel pulled in too many directions. Lois demanding obedience cloaked in maternal concern, and Lulu urging rebellion wrapped in emotional chaos. Gio was no longer the composer of his own life. He was being conducted by two powerful forces with wildly different motives. And that's when things started to spiral. Lois, feeling her grip on Gio slipping, doubled down. She confronted Lulu publicly at the Metro Court, accusing her of poisoning Gio against his real family. Lulu fired back, warning Lois to stay away before she ruined another young man's future. It was ugly. And Gio was stuck in the middle, watching the two women tear each other apart over him like he was a prize to be claimed. Lois pulled strings to cancel one of Gio's upcoming performances, saying he wasn't ready. Lulu went behind her back and helped him book a private show at the Savoy. The fallout was instant. Gio's anxiety spiked. His friendship strained. Even his bond with Sunny began to wobble under the pressure of choosing sides. But the real question remains, who is the true villain here? If you ask Brooke Lynn, it's Lulu. She's seen how Lulu's attention often comes wrapped in obsession. She warns Gio that Lulu doesn't always think things through, that she pushes people to burn bridges with no plan for what comes next. She worries that Gio is being dragged into Lulu's unresolved pain, being used as a stand-in for the control Lulu lost after years in limbo. She reminds him that Lulu has a history of making things about her, even when it hurts the people she loves. But if you ask Maxie, or even Dante on his more frustrated days, the blame leans toward Lois. She might be charming, loyal, and well-meaning, but her involvement in Gio's life has overstepped every imaginable boundary. What began as support has become surveillance. Lois doesn't just suggest, she demands. She doesn't ask, she orchestrates. And while she claims to want the best for Gio, it's hard not to notice that her definition of best always seems to align with what makes her feel in control. For Lois, being sidelined in Brooke Lynn's life left a hole. Gio may have been the emotional patch, and now that patch is fraying. Gio, meanwhile, is unraveling. In the latest episodes, he's been missing rehearsals, lashing out at friends, and questioning every choice he makes. His music, once effortless, now sounds forced. And viewers are beginning to see the toll that Lois and Lulu's tug-of-war has taken. There's even speculation that Gio may be connected to a darker storyline, possibly involving an undercover mission for Sunny or a buried trauma involving his biological family. If so, neither Lois nor Lulu has taken the time to understand that. They're too busy fighting to realize he's slipping away. It all comes to a head during a heated confrontation at Sunny's penthouse, where Gio finally explodes. With Lois and Lulu both present, he calls them out, accusing them of seeing him as a project instead of a person. He shouts that he's not a replacement for anyone. Not a puppet. Not a symbol. Just a kid trying to find peace in a town that thrives on drama. His voice cracks, his hands tremble, and for the first time, both women are silenced. And maybe that's the real answer. Maybe neither Lois nor Lulu is the true villain. Or maybe they both are, in their own well-intentioned, emotionally wounded way. Port Charles is a place where good people make terrible decisions and villains often act from love. Lois wants to protect Gio, even if it means smothering him. Lulu wants to empower him, even if it means destabilizing everything he's built. They're not evil, but they're not helping. And as summer unfolds, Gio's path may require walking away from both of them. Because at the heart of this story isn't just a boy torn between two women. It's a young man desperate to find his own identity, his own rhythm, in a town where everyone has an agenda. Whether Gio breaks free, implodes, or finds strength in the chaos remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. Port Charles isn't done with him yet. And neither are Lois or Lulu. So who's the bigger villain? It depends on the moment, on the motive, on the damage done. But the real villain might be the town itself, Port Charles, where love is a battlefield, family is a trap. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.